Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little video on running a multi-caliber can versus a caliber specific can. Basically, for you guys out there that don't own a sound suppressor, a lot of suppressors are designed to work with multiple calibers. So that allows shooters to utilize one can on multiple guns. But there are said to be a lot of downsides to this, primarily with its performance in dampening sound. I mean, what's the point of having a sound suppressor if it's not hearing safe, right? So what I've got here is my test gun, my test platform, is my go-to bedside pistol, this SIG P226 9mm, and on it right now is a Gemtech GM9. Now this is, it's got a Nielsen device in it, so it has a spring basically inside that helps keep the pistol, or keep the slide operating at regular velocity despite having the added weight of a sound suppressor on the end. We're going to compare this to my other go-to can, a Silencer Co. Osprey 45. It's an eccentric can, literally eccentric and non-concentric. Neat. This is 45 ACP and lower, so you have a little more internal volume with the Osprey than you would with the Gemtech. And it can, like I said, it can be used for 45 caliber pistols. This Gemtech GM9 cannot. So let's see if we can actually hear a difference and see if there's much of a difference in performance between the two. So I'm going to engage some steel plates behind me that for some reason I forgot to reset, so there's only 4 of them up. And we'll see how well this actually performs. Now, some people believe that sound suppressors actually change point of impact, and they're not incorrect. A lot of times the guns do have a shift in point of aim, point of impact when running a sound suppressor, though it's generally pretty overstated. So I actually have not checked to see if this is zeroed or not, so let's go take a look. Those plates are roughly 25 yards away. It's pretty close. Let's give it a go. And yes, I actually pressed check. Sorry, James Yeager. I'm going to hold dead center and make sure this is actually on target. Oh, swing and a miss. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're running any sound suppressor that with standard iron sights is, and you can see if you look carefully, that the sight picture actually is blocked partially by the suppressor itself. So it's a little difficult to get accustomed to. You watched me take my time back there. I was trying to hold dead center, and the plates actually need to be painted, so they're gray. It's very dark gray on slightly lighter gray. It's pretty tough to get a decent sight picture. So this seems to be point of aim, point of impact. Let's see if the same thing can be said for the Osprey. Now this is a SIG. These are left-hand threaded, so lefty tighty, righty loosey, which is super confusing. Now that one cannot be indexed. It just indexes however it indexes, but it is perfectly concentric, so it doesn't matter. The Osprey, being an eccentric or eccentric can, has a ratcheting system where the piston is that interfaces, so you can actually index in there. But like I said, it's turn it left to tighten. There we go. Oh, lucky guess, cool. All right, so we'll give it a go. This is 147 grain Winchester full metal jacket ammunition, which is actually my go-to cartridge. Got a picture right here. There you go. A little overexposed, I think, is the white box, but it's 147 grain full metal jacket target, so it actually is a wad cutter type round. It's good for shooting plates. It's awesome for shooting paper because you can see where you actually hit. So let's give this a go and see how this performs with a 45 ACP sound suppressor. And I think, I got 3 rounds left. It appears I did not reset my targets. So let me do that real fast and we'll give it a go. All right guys, so a little bit of a change of plans. I was gonna run the Osprey 45 and then the Gemtech GM9 rather, both on the SIG Sauer P226 9mm handgun. However, the point of aim, point of impact shift is fairly significant between the two. So I've decided that I'm going to run a USB 9 tactical with the Osprey 45, which is also a 9mm pistol with the same barrel length as the P226. It utilizes the same locking method, Browning style locked breech. So we'll start off with the GM9 and a P226. I'm going to shoot into the dirt berm beneath my plate rack so we can get an idea of how it sounds. All right, let's give it a go. Now it's a hell of a lot quieter than an unsuppressed 9mm handgun, like infinitely so, but it's still a pretty loud suppressor. It's not necessarily what I would consider to be pleasant to shoot around. Now, I'm not wearing ears, so it's not causing me any damage, but prolonged exposure to this level of decibel will eventually cause some damage. That said, that's thousands upon thousands of rounds. In any case, let's see how the H&K USB 9 Tactical, topped with an Osprey 45 eccentric sound suppressor, sounds by comparison. We'll shoot beneath the targets, and then if it sounds pretty good, we'll go and clear the plate rack. Let's give it a go. Looks like I got either 14 rounds in the mag and probably 1 in the chamber. Confirmed. All right, cool. Put it on fire. Let's hear one into the dirt. Now that is significantly quieter. Now I've always been told personally that no, you want the minimal amount of gas escaping through the end cap, and that's true. But with the Osprey, there's so much more internal volume in this can that you're getting a significant decrease in the amount of volume from the gunshot. So let's put a few more rounds in the dirt, and then we'll clear those plates. Very, very James Bond. I'm loving it. Oh, I got cocky. I was actually shooting fairly to the right. Didn't realize it on the first 2 targets given the angle that I was shooting at them with. But as I progressed and became better aligned with the target, the difference in shift was more apparent. That said, there's something to be said for running a multi-caliber can, so to speak, on your home defense weapon as opposed to a 9mm dedicated can or whatever your suppressor or caliber of choice happens to be. Personally, I can't think of a good reason to buy a dedicated caliber suppressor in the current state of the legislature, current state of the market. Now, I say that because as of right now, you have to go through a lot of hurdles to be able to purchase and legally own a sound suppressor. Far more than you have to buy, say, a normal firearm, with maybe the exception of living in California. Sorry, guys. And that being the case, if you have to jump through so many hoops as it is, why not get the absolute most performance out of your can you possibly can, and make it as multi-caliber, as modular as possible. I mean, I run this thing on everything. I run it on an MPX, I ran it on an MP5K, I've even ran it on a Ruger Mini 14 chambered in 300 black, but now this can be ran with 300 black, but only subsonic rounds. A supersonic or full powered round would very likely pop this can off the end of the gun, which would suck because it's not just like the end cap is serialized. Serial is on the base right here, so if it pops anywhere past this initial portion of the suppressor, you're SOL. Anyway, personally, 45 cans, as far as pistol cans go, that's the way to go. That's the suppressor you want to use. Now I want to say special thanks to Silencer Shop, and not just for this sweet oven mitt, but also for letting me play around with the Gemtech GM9, as well as the Surge from Rugged Suppressor, which I'll be doing a short review on in the next couple of weeks. One last parting thing is know your can, know the point of impact shift, especially if you're going to run one of these for home defense. I know Masada Ayub says that you should never use an NFA item, or has said in the past that using NFA items for self-defense can be a liability. He's not incorrect. The jury, depending on how they interpret you using a suppressor or using a machine gun or a short-barreled shotgun, short-barreled rifle, could interpret this as you being some sort of prepared assassin, some kind of crazed killer. Now, the reality of the situation is, I mean, I don't run a suppressor so I can get away with hits on random Saudis when they enter the States. No, I run a suppressor because my hearing sucks enough as it is, and I don't want to damage it. Words to live by, right? Anyway, thanks guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe for more Burst Reviews.